Being a full-time YouTuber might still sound a bit strange to some people, but the matter of fact is, more and more people are finding ways to make a living on YouTube, creating videos on topics that they like. Now, I've made a couple of videos on this topic before, such as you need to start a YouTube channel in 2021, and I quit my $80,000 designer job to become a full-time YouTuber, and if you want to go check them out, I'm gonna link those down in the description. In this video though, I want to take a deep dive and let you know how you, yes, you can create your own channel in 2021, and not just create the channel, but more importantly, build a channel and build a business with YouTube. Now, I know a lot of people like to use YouTube to just upload random videos on your cats or your vacations, and that's totally fine, that's cool. But in this video, I want to focus on making YouTube into more of a business, a sustainable business that you can scale and grow over time, and that's what this video is going to focus on. Now, I'm gonna cover 4 different topics in this video. The first one being the money of YouTube. How does it all work? How do you get paid? And what's determining how much you get paid? And the second topic is, how do you start a YouTube channel? What are some good things to think about there? The third one is, what content are you supposed to make in your YouTube videos? And the fourth one, how to get views with 0 subscribers. I know that is a big question that I have had myself, and I'm gonna help you out with that as well. So let's get into it. 2020 was definitely an eye-opener in many ways. One of these were just how important it is to have multiple income streams for your business. I've always said that it's more dangerous to just rely on one job than it is to start your own business. Some may agree and some may not, and that's totally fine. But the reason for why I'm saying that is because in a job, you can lose the job at any moment with a decision that has nothing to do with you. You can't do anything about this decision. But when you own a business, you're still part of every single decision making within the business, and you still have more control over your income and your effort that you put in and the outcome that comes from that. But I also know that starting a business can be pretty intimidating if you're haven't done anything like that before, and that's why I focus on YouTube as a first business in this video right here. It's low barrier to entry with a potential great reward. Now, I used to think that you need a lot more than 1 million subscribers to make a living, a full-time living on YouTube, but I was wrong. You need way less than that. I'm currently at 270,000 subscribers on my first channel, The Sketch Monkey, and that is in the automotive niche, which I would say is right in the middle when it comes to CPM. Now, the CPM is the number that determines how much you get paid per 1,000 views, and this totally depends on what niche you're in. So, for example, gaming, art and toys and personal vlog channels usually have a lower CPM, and business, finance, and makeup and educational videos usually have a much higher CPM. And on my channel, The Sketch Monkey, I think I've averaged about 1 million views a month, and YouTube pays me for that 1 million views anywhere from $5,000 to $9,000 a month. Now, one interesting thing here that I want to mention is the difference between CPM depending on what type of video you're making. So my highest CPM videos always have to do with US specific vehicles. So it can be trucks such as Ram or Ford F-150s and stuff like that. Those always get a lot higher CPMs, but when I make a video about a car that nobody knows about, for example, or let's say European cars, the CPM dropped by at least 50%. Why is that? Why is it that within the same channel, some videos have a CPM that is up to 5 times higher than the other videos on the same channel? Well, that all has to do with what type of ads are actually showing in the video itself, and on top of that, how many people of the viewers of that video are likely to click on that ad. But more importantly than subscriber count is always going to be 2 metrics that YouTube is looking at when they decide whether to recommend your channel or not outside of your channel subscribers is, first of all, how long are people staying on and continuing to watch your video? In other words, what is your watch time for each video, the percentage? Secondly, how often do people choose to click on your video to start the video in the first place? So basically, you can have a channel with 10,000 subscribers in the finance niche doing more money and more revenue than a channel with 100,000 subscribers in the gaming niche. Now I know what you're thinking. You might think that it's too late to start YouTube. There are already so many people doing it, and how in the world am I gonna get people to watch my specific videos when there have been thousands of videos done on the subject already? Now to me, that's actually an advantage for you, but because what this gives you is a ton of videos, successful channels to go and analyze and look at and take inspiration from to what implement in your channel. Take what you think makes those channels successful. Why in the first place did you go and watch a specific video? What made you click on that video? And then you see those metrics and you see those details and you implement that into your own channel and into your own videos. And once you do that, you can start experimenting, add some of your own techniques and some more your own strategies mixed with strategies from a couple of different channels, and just play around and experiment a lot until you see what sticks. The thing when you're starting a YouTube channel is you just want to throw things at the wall, whatever, and then whatever sticks, those are the things that you want to keep and work on and keep in your videos, and then you just throw some more stuff, and whatever sticks after that, you take that and implement in your videos as well. It's all a big experiment, experimenting with different formats, just having fun with it. Now, I do want to mention one important thing here, and that is don't expect to see any success the first 50, 60, 70 videos or something like that. It will be a very, very slow growth curve, but me and other people that's been doing YouTube for a long time and doing it for years, we know that this is normal. This is how it's supposed to be. So don't be discouraged or don't give up when after 50 videos you don't see a lot of growth. If you stay consistent, the growth will come. Just keep experimenting with different formats and keep a lookout for what videos gets the most attention, and then you want to focus more on that kind of format and build on that and experiment with that. So you always keep narrowing down your format until you find what really works, and you stick to that, and then you just keep on being consistent with your videos, and you will see the growth slowly starting to take off. And when you think about it, this all makes sense if you look at it from a YouTube standpoint. You upload video, I mean, YouTube takes, I don't know how many hours of uploads every single second, so they need to host all of these videos, and hosting videos cost money for YouTube. So they don't necessarily want to send you traffic if they just know like 99% of the people are just gonna stop after 2 or 3 uploads. They want to make sure that you're consistent and you are serious about your business on YouTube, and that means that you need to be consistent, because that is the only way YouTube knows that this guy or girl is going to be here for a while, and they even have videos scheduled for the future, so we can tell that this is going to be a serious channel, and we might start to try to send a little traffic to you and get you into the suggestion list. And that is how you let YouTube know that you are serious about this. And this takes many, many videos, sometimes a year and a half for YouTube to pick this up on your channel. So as I said before, it takes time. But if you just go in with a mentality of not expecting anything in the first place, in the first year or so, you will be all set. So just go in with a mindset and expectation of nothing is really going to happen in the first place. But this brings me in to another point that I want to talk about, and that is making videos about topics that you love. So these are a couple questions I want you to ask yourself before you start a YouTube channel. Will you keep uploading videos even though you barely get any views the first 50 or 60, 70 videos? And will you still have the motivation to continue to make improvements and make even better videos than the ones that didn't get any views after that same amount of videos? And that, if you say yes to both of these questions, then you might actually have a shot to making it on YouTube. So now let's talk about the third point here, is make videos about something that you love. This is important because we just talked about it. Growing a YouTube channel to a level where you can replace your day job isn't going to happen overnight. That's just impossible. It will require a lot of work and even more patience. Patience is going to be a key word throughout this journey. So making videos on topics that you love and enjoy, it's really helpful in 2 ways. First of all, it's gonna make it easier to produce these videos in the first place, because you're most likely making videos about things that you would talk about anyways. So you might just record that process and upload that as a video. And secondly, when you make videos about things that you're passionate about, the passion itself itself is going to shine through and is going to be more enjoyable to watch the video, because people are gonna see your energy and your passion for the subject that you're talking about. Now, all you have to do first is to, of course, come up with the topics that you love. It can be, I wrote a few down here, it can be knitting, dolphins, baseball, backpacking, Quentin Tarantino movies, why not? And then write down 5 to 10 ideas or topics that you can make about that specific subject. And what I like to do here when I start out, if I were to start out with a video like this, is to make it very, very simple. And the simplest format you can make a video when you're starting out is my favorite top 5 videos. So you can make, let's take dolphins here, for example, you can make your first video very simple and just make it a list of the top 5 fastest dolphins in the world. And you don't even have to talk if you don't want to. You can just write out the facts on the top 5 videos. Or for example, if you're a Quentin Tarantino movie fan, you can make a video on the top 5 kicks in the Kill Bill movies, and then you make a list of the top 5 best kicks according to you and why you think these kicks are the best kicks, or fight scenes, or whatever. Top 5 fight scenes in Kill Bill, and that will be your first video there too. So it's an endless amount of top 5 lists you can make within little categories like this. If you just take your time and sit down for 5 minutes and write down these ideas, all of a sudden you have content ideas for a month moving forward. Personally, I always write down ideas as soon as they pop up in my head. It can be either on my phone on the Notes app, or if I don't have my phone, I just write it down on a piece of paper and put it in my pocket. It doesn't matter if at the time it sounds like a horrible idea, but you can always build on ideas. You just write the idea down as soon as it comes to you, and then you can experiment with what you can do with that base idea later on when you have more time. Now we're going to talk about the fourth and last point. I hope you're with me so far, and that is an important one. This is getting views with 0 subscribers. How the heck are you gonna get views if you just created a Google account? Boom, you have a channel now, a YouTube channel, but how are you gonna get the views? That's the question that every new YouTuber has. How does that work? If you don't have any subscribers, how is YouTube going to push the video, and to where, and to what direction? So what I want to do here is just take the dolphin or Quentin Tarantino example that I just talked about. So let's say you make a video on the top 5 fastest, quickest swimming dolphins in the world, and then you go to, let's say, first of all, you want to share this on social media. Every single social media platform that you have, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, just put the link out there and get at least 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 views from that. That's the initial thing you want, and of course ask people to subscribe to your channel to support your work. But now, if you really want to get targeted with this, you want to, for example, you can go and join some forums. Go to a subreddit of Quentin Tarantino. I'm sure there are several of them out there. And then you have your video of the top 5 kicks in Kill Bill. And then you want to write a short little post in Reddit. One important thing here is to not just post the video link. That's never going to be a good idea. You always want to write out your ideas about the video. And the video should be just a note in the side. Like if you want to go and check this out, check out my video down here with this link. But join the subreddits and talk about each kick, each different kick. So you have 5 kicks to talk about and why you prefer those kicks over other kicks in the movie. This is just a stupid example, but I think you get the point. And when you go to these forums, people are really engaged there because it is a subreddit of Quentin Tarantino movies, which means that people are going to be interested to see what you have to say with your top 5 kicks. And even better is that when you post it in these forums, people are going to have objections and talk about different kicks that they think should be on the list. And why didn't you include this one? And all engagement on your video is good engagement. It can be bad comments, good comments. They are all, you should also look at them as engagement on your videos, even though they are some really nasty comments sometimes. Just don't think about it that way. People are always rude on the internet. They would never say that to your face. It's nothing personal. Just think about it as engagement, and that's what you want to get in your first days on YouTube. You just want to share your links as much as possible without being spammy. You want to add some content to your link as well before asking people to go watch your video. So those are the basic steps of starting a YouTube channel that I would do if I started over today. I really hope it was helpful to you, and please keep in mind that it takes time. I just want to hammer it in because I don't want you to give up after 2-3 months of no growth. It will come if you just keep it up. As I said, YouTube knows if you're serious about your channel or not. So that's the most important takeaway. I think, from this video, and then you can implement the ideas that I just told you here in this video to make it easier to get started and up and running. Now, of course, there are a lot of other things that are important when it comes to creating a YouTube channel, such as the titles, the descriptions, the thumbnails, and the keywords too, I guess. So if you want me to talk about that, I do have some data on it. After creating over 500 videos on my channels, I can see what kind of works and what to do and what not to do, what's worked for me. And if you want me to make a video on that, please leave a comment below and like this video if you enjoyed it, if you find it useful. Really means a lot to me and to the YouTube algorithm as well. Now, my last advice to you is to stop consuming and start producing. Set up a realistic goal for yourself this year. It shouldn't be like 300,000 subscribers by the end of the year, because I don't think that is really realistic. Set a realistic goal for you. 1 to 2 videos a week, I think, is a good idea. If you do more than that, you're gonna get burnt out. So it's not a good idea to just push out a ton of videos in the start. Just keep a regular schedule and stick to that same schedule throughout the entire year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.